The name of this science experiment is Ocean in a Bottle, and it is a kindergarten earth science experiment. In this science project, the student will be able to demonstrate an understanding of motion, forces, and energy by making their own version of the ocean and watching how different motions can change how the ocean looks and reacts. The hypothesis for this science experiment is the more force I use to shake my ocean jar, the more the items in my jar will react and be pushed or pulled by the motion of the water. The materials that are needed for this science experiment is a glass jar, a hot glue gun, water, vegetable oil, blue food coloring, sand, and seashells. To prepare for this experiment, the teacher will wash out all the jars before she gives them to the students. She will then ask the class, who's been to the beach? And explain to the class that they're going to make their own beach inside of a jar today to learn more about waves and how they pull the sediment that's on the bottom of the ocean around with them. The teacher will pass out the jars around the classroom. She will then advise the student to spoon some sand into the jar. The teacher will then go around the classroom and add water until the jars are half full, and then she will add a drop of the blue food coloring until the student gets the color blue that they like to have in their ocean. Once the color blue has been reached, the students will then choose from some shells that are available and add a few to their ocean. The teacher will have the students line up by the sink and with their jar in their hand, and the teacher will add vegetable oil until almost full, leaving just a small space for the air at the top. The students will line their bottle up at the sink to leave them there. The teacher will then use the hot glue gun to go around and to seal all of the jars. And then once that is dried, the students will be advised to pick their jar back up from the sink. Once the students have picked their jar up from the sink, the teacher is going to advise them that she's going to count to 5. While she's counting, they're to shake the jar, holding it with both hands, of course. They're to shake the jar as hard as they possibly can. Once she's hit 5, they are to lay the jar on its side, and they're going to watch to see what happens with the sediment and the shells, so the sand and the shells that are in the jar, to see exactly what happens. She's going to redo this assignment with them, counting to 5 again, but yet the students the next time are going to shake it as very slowly as they can and not hard whatsoever. And they're going to see if they get the same results or different results as when they were shaking it very harshly. Once the experiment is complete, the teacher will hand out a chart for the students to fill out. They will record their findings, and then they will answer some questions as well.